My truck is very, very dirty. Cleanliness was not one of the things I was necessarily looking for when I was buying my truck. I wanted something cheap, reliable, that was gonna run smoothly, and it has. When I bought this truck, I changed the transmission fluid, the oil, and then immediately drove it 2,000 miles down to Arkansas, where I live now. And it had basically no issues. It ran, it was built like a champ. The only time it broke was 3 days after I bought it, when the starter totally went out. I took it over to my grandfather's. We threw it up on the lift. We got it changed, but that was a little worrying because I was like, oh boy, this is now just going to fall apart on me now that I've bought it. One of the reasons I bought this truck was because it was owned by a mechanic. He had bought the truck, he had fixed it up, and then he was looking to sell it. He's done a ton of work on the engine itself. He pretty much rebuilt the whole thing. He also replaced one of the bearings, and he's also done a bunch of other work to the car. Because I bought the car and then immediately drove it down to Arkansas, I have not had any time to clean the car, so it is absolutely filthy. The floors are covered with dirt, gravel, everything you can imagine. There's a bunch of junk in the car, as well as there is some strange sticky stuff on the little visor up here. So let's get all of this stuff cleaned. Another thing we're gonna do is replace the lid of the center console. The one that is currently in the truck is all cracked and broken. It's mainly this plastic stuff. The vinyl's pretty okay, but the plastic is absolutely destroyed, and I wanted a new one, and they were really cheap online. So I bought one, and we're gonna throw that in there too, but I don't know how it attaches, so we're gonna go on a little adventure. First, we're gonna take out these floor mats. I got these given to me. They were free, and they're absolutely terrible. They slide around. There's no little grippy things on the bottom. They're absolutely horrible. I found some floor mats I wanna buy, but they're expensive, and I just haven't bought them yet. But I probably should, because these ones are awful. The stuff I'm gonna be using today is pretty simple. We have a shop vac that we're gonna use for dry stuff, a shop vac we're gonna use for wet stuff, a brush to agitate the carpets, and a couple of rags to be able to clean off the plastics like the dash. First, we need to get all the junk taken out of the car. And not as much as I thought there was. Wow, not too much in here actually. That's a big socket. That is not mine, but oh well. Yeah, this foam up here is also starting to deteriorate too. We'll also take out these coins, and there we go, pretty clean. All the stuff we end up finding in the car, actually not near as much as I thought there would be. There's a little pile of trash over there, but actually I've done a pretty good job of keeping the junk out of the car. Now for the fun part, which is vacuuming it all out. I need to move the truck since my extension cord isn't long enough to be able to vacuum the other side. Well, that is all the dirt we got out of the carpet the first pass. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go vacuum it again with a little brush to be able to agitate all the dirt. No. That is wet. That is wet. Oh, hi there. Whew. It's starting to rain. If you can tell by the windshield. Oh. Well, since it is starting to rain, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on some of the stuff inside the car. I've got lots of stuff to wipe down, as well as we need to change the lid of this center console. So we can do that because it's raining out there, and I don't fancy getting wet. Set this little lid over here for a second. I think this comes off. Oh, it's already kind of disconnected. I don't really want to break it, but detaching the bottom of the lid was actually a little trickier than I thought. Eventually I did it, and then I had to shove this rod all the way through. That was actually really tricky. I'm gonna take out the old lid. Goodbye, old lid. Let's get our new lid. Please don't break any clips. Oh, whew, that was a lot of clips. Oh my god. Now this next part right here was the bane of my existence. First was detaching the bottom of the lid without breaking any clips. And then I had to figure out how to get the springs in there, which was way trickier than it looks. And then I had to reattach it without breaking any clips. And it took a ridiculously long time, and I was trying to explain it while I was doing it, but I just ended up babbling for like 10 minutes. So I'm doing voiceover. I'm a dum-dum. There's a carport right there. I'm just gonna pull the car into the carport. Wow. Aren't I dumb? Oh, all my stuff is right where I was gonna park. So I do still have to get out in the rain. It's dark in here, but at least out of the rain. Alrighty, now what I need to do is get some of these rags wet and wipe down the dash and all of the plastic along these boards and all the vents. Get everything nice and squeaky clean because those are absolutely filthy. Oh, there's like gunk on here, like sticky stuff. Can you tell? It's like black. It's right there. That's crazy. Look how much dirt there is. Cleanish corner right here. Dirty. Oh my goodness. Because I usually film out in the sun, there's normally lots of light. I normally don't bring any lights because you have the sun, but because it's rainy and we're underneath the carport, it's pretty dark. So I'm gonna use my phone as a flashlight instead of a secondary camera, so hopefully y'all can see a tiny bit better. I'm gonna blind myself in the process. I'm gonna use a new side of the washcloth right here so it's pretty clean. I'm gonna wipe down the whole dash and we'll see how much dirt we get. That's crazy. So dirty. Here. Dirty side, like here. That's what like a clean area kind of looks like. And that's the dash. This is a fresh and clean new rag. And we're gonna wipe down this door and see how much dirt we pick up. Oh my goodness, do you guys see those dust bunnies fly out? And this is after. It's amazing how much dirt that you like really can't see. Next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get inside these little vents. It's gonna be a little bit of a tedious process because I just kind of like stick in the corner and wiggle it around. But there's a lot of dirt in there, so I'm gonna try to get that out. I have a bunch of washcloths, so I'm just gonna kind of plug away at this and see how many I can get done. Alrighty, so this is the vent I just cleaned, fairly clean. And then this is the vent that is dirty that I haven't cleaned yet. And you can see all that dust. So they're definitely cleaner. This one's still not perfect. I can still see some dust up in the corner up there. That's a lot harder to get. We've wiped down mostly everything, but now we have this right up here. This is the visor, but it's covered in something really like gross and sticky, so I want to clean that up. I think the humidity might have helped steam some of it to where it's not so sticky. That's really awesome. Oh, wow. Huh. That was really sticky. It's still, some of it's on the fabric. I might wipe the fabric down a little bit, but wow, that's so much better. While this truck is far from perfect, it is a whole lot better. We still have a ton of stuff to fix on this truck. We have to replace the steering wheel cover, the entirety of it. I want to replace it myself and probably do a leather one. We need to replace the clock spring in my steering wheel. And then I need to replace my windshield because it's cracked and I can't really do that myself, so I'll take it somewhere to get that done. I want to show you a bunch of before and afters of the truck. So here is the driver's side before and after, and here's the passenger side before and after. Everything is so much cleaner than it was. It's amazing. I'm also probably gonna be getting some new truck mats, hopefully here soon once I order those, and then we'll be able to have actual real truck mats instead of these really flimsy ones. What is this? All it does is bunch up underneath the gas pedal. That's all it does. Fun, I just noticed, I just got home, and I noticed that my blinkers aren't working. If I turn on my blinker, nothing. If I pull on my brights, a little indicator shows up there. For some reason my blinker doesn't turn on, but I'm not gonna be figuring this out in this video. So if you wanna see that video where I figure out what the heck is wrong with this, or if you know what's wrong with this, let me know in the comments. But if you wanna see that video, subscribe and check out the video up here. But other than that, we'll see y'all later.